Chapter 5. The Seekers of Solace. The road to the next village was graced by the soft hues of dawn, casting a golden sheen over the rolling fields. Gladiona and Lirio traveled with cautious optimism, buoyed by the encounters that had slowly begun to suggest a shift in the winds of fortune. Their path, once shadowed by doubt and fear, now shimmered with the potential for understanding and acceptance. The journey was long, and as the sun climbed higher in the sky, they approached the outskirts of a new village, its thatched roofs peeking through the greenery, promising new stories and new challenges. As they entered, the village seemed bustling, alive with the daily routines of its inhabitants. Unlike Tilverton, there was no immediate suspicion in the air, no wary glances cast their way. Instead, they noted curious stares, an openness they hadn't expected. Taking a moment to ground themselves, they remembered the lessons learned. Approach gently, listen deeply, share only when the soil is ready for the seed. They found themselves in the village square, a natural gathering place, and it wasn't long before their presence attracted attention. A small group of villagers approached, led by an elder whose eyes sparkled with an unspoken knowledge. "Travelers, what brings you to our midst?" the elder asked, his voice carrying a warm timbre that eased Gladiona's spirit. They exchanged glances before Gladiona stepped forward. "We come bearing stories and lessons from afar, wishing only to share." The elder's gaze deepened. "And what might these lessons be? For our village is old, and our traditions older still." Taking a deep breath, Gladiona shared tales of their travels, of the transformation brought upon by a simple, magical hairpin. The conversation flowed like a gentle stream, touching on themes of change, acceptance, and the true nature of self. The villagers listened, some with skepticism, others with a dawning curiosity. It was a dance of words and wills, weaving the fabric of understanding stitch by stitch. As the sun set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, a sense of community began to take root. A young woman stepped forward, her eyes alight with wonder. Could it be that such magic exists? That one might find truth in transformation? Gladiona smiled, the hairpin glinting softly in the twilight. "Yes, and it could be yours, should you wish to see the world anew." Murmurs rippled through the crowd, a mixture of disbelief and intrigue. That night, under the watchful eyes of stars, Gladiona and Lirio held a quiet gathering for those who wished to learn more. A fire crackled, casting warmth and light over eager faces, as they delved deeper into the mysteries of the hairpin. They spoke of freedom, of the courage to embrace one's true self, and of the boundless possibilities that lay beyond the fear of change. As embers soared into the night sky, so too did hopes and dreams, igniting a beacon of hope in the hearts of those gathered. And in that moment, Gladiona knew that their journey, though fraught with obstacles, had the power to illuminate paths not just for themselves, but for all who dared to dream of a different world. As the fire in the center of the village square crackled, throwing long shadows across the faces of those gathered, Gladiona shared tales of the realms they had traversed, of the sorrows and joys they had witnessed. Lirio, ever the pragmatist, spoke of the transformation's mechanics, how the magic within the hairpin unraveled and rewove the very fabric of one's being, aligning body and soul. The villagers, a tapestry of skepticism and wonder, listened with bated breath, their minds wrestling with the boundaries of possibility. After the tales, the night deepened and the gathering shifted. It was time for those who wished to learn more to step forward. They formed a smaller circle, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames, their eyes reflecting a myriad of emotions. Gladiona and Lirio, moving amongst them, spoke in hushed tones of the courage required to embrace one's true self, the beauty of transformation, and the liberation it promised. One by one, villagers shared their own stories, whispering dreams they had harbored in secret, dreams of lives lived in harmony with their deepest truths. A young farmer spoke of feeling trapped in a life chosen by lineage, not love. A weaver talked of her yearning for adventure, for a life beyond the loom and the expected. Each story, a thread in the rich tapestry of human experience, was met with nods of understanding and murmurs of encouragement from the crowd. As the night waned, those who had remained skeptical began to soften, moved by the honesty and vulnerability laid bare before them. Doubt gave way to a tentative hope, a willingness to believe in miracles, in magic that could mend worn and weary hearts. Gladiona, seeing the transformation before their very eyes, not of body but of spirit, felt a surge of determination. They knew the road ahead was long, fraught with challenges they could scarcely imagine. Yet, here in this village, surrounded by faces alight with newfound hope, Gladiona felt the weight of their purpose. They were not merely wanderers, they were heralds of change, bearers of a gift profound in its simplicity, the gift of being oneself. As dawn's first light crept over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, the villagers and the travelers knew that the night had been but a beginning. Promises were made not just to seek transformation, but to support one another in the journey towards it. Gladiona and Lirio, with hearts full and spirits lifted, knew it was time to move on. Their journey, blessed by the magic of the hairpin, was far from over. They had more realms to visit, more lives to touch. With a sense of purpose renewed and their paths illuminated by the morning sun, Gladiona and Lirio set forth from the village of Solace and Understanding, embarking on the next leg of their epic quest. The realm of Eldoria lay before them, a land whispered in tales and songs, to be rigid in tradition and staunchly resistant to the winds of change. It was a realm where the roots of the old ways ran deep, and the branches of tradition overshadowed the path forward. As they traversed the verdant landscapes that gradually shifted into the more austere surroundings of Eldoria, the travelers reflected on the challenges they had faced and those that lay ahead. They knew that in Eldoria, their mission would be met with skepticism, if not outright opposition. Yet, they were emboldened by the transformations they had witnessed and facilitated, by the lives they had touched and changed. Entering the borders of Eldoria, the duo could feel the weight of the realm's history, its customs, and its laws pressing down upon them. The architecture, while grand, carried an air of solemnity, and the people, though dignified, seemed guarded, their expressions revealing little of their thoughts or feelings. In their first encounter, Gladiona and Lirio visited a local market, hoping to gauge the sentiments of the Eldorians towards change and transformation. The market was a bustling hub of activity, a place where the old met the new in a silent, albeit uneasy truce. Stalls adorned with traditional Eldorian crafts neighbored those showcasing newer foreign goods. It was here that they first sensed the undercurrent of curiosity beneath the surface of resistance. Speaking with the artisans and merchants, they found stories of secret desires and suppressed dreams, tales of individuals yearning for change but tethered by the heavy chains of tradition. It was a revelation that fueled their determination, a confirmation that even in a realm as steadfast as Eldoria, hearts and minds yearned for the freedom to be their true selves. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the cobbled streets of the market, Gladiona and Lirio knew that their journey through Eldoria would be their most challenging yet. But it was a challenge they accepted with resolve, for they carried with them the magic of transformation, a gift not just of change, but of hope. As they ventured deeper into the heart of Eldoria, the duo encountered a diverse tapestry of life, unseen in the bustling market. They wandered through narrow lanes, where whispers of ancient magics clung to the air like morning mist. Here, the Eldorian disdain for change was palpable, yet it was interspersed with a hidden thirst for the unknown, a yearning for transformation that mirrored Gladiona's own journey. Their first true test came in the form of an elderly weaver, Marth, whose fingers danced across her loom with the grace of falling leaves. She eyed Gladiona and Lirio with a mix of suspicion and intrigue, her life's work a testament to the traditional ways of Eldoria. Yet, in her gaze, Gladiona saw the flicker of something more, a quiet desperation for change that spoke volumes. With careful words, Gladiona shared tales of other realms, of lives altered and dreams realized through the magic of the hairpin. The air thrummed with magic as she spoke, the essence of possibility weaving around them like threads of Marth's tapestry. As the story unfolded, Marth's skepticism gave way to wonder, and the seed of change was planted in the heart of Eldoria. Emboldened, Gladiona and Lirio continued their journey, each encounter another stitch in the fabric of transformation. They met scholars yearning to break free from the chains of outdated lore, artisans wishing to infuse their creations with new life, and common folk seeking to step beyond the roles birthed for them by tradition. With each tale of transformation, the magic of the hairpin wove a stronger narrative of hope. As shadows lengthened and the duo found themselves at the edge of a moonlit glade, a sense of foreboding filled the air. It was here that they would face Eldoria's guardian, a mythical creature bound to protect the realm's traditions against the tides of change. The guardian, a creature of both beauty and terror, stood before them, its eyes ablaze with ancient power. Gladiona stepped forward, hairpin in hand, her heart a beacon of courage. She knew that the magic she carried was not just for her, but for all who dared to dream of a different life. A magic that promised not just transformation, but transcendence. As the guardian bared its fangs, Gladiona and Lirio stood ready, their resolve as strong as the magic that brought them together. The battle for Eldoria's soul had begun. In the heart of Eldoria's ancient forest, under the soft glow of the moonlit sky, the battle commenced. The guardian, a creature of old magic and protector of the realm's traditions, towered over Gladiona and Lirio, its eyes burning with a fierce determination to preserve the status quo. Yet, there was something in its gaze, a flicker of curiosity towards the magic that pulsed from the hairpin, a symbol of change and hope. Gladiona, feeling the weight of countless hopes upon her shoulders, stepped forward, her blade shimmering with a light as pure as her intentions. Beside her, Lirio's spells wove a protective dance, their combined might a testament to their journey's righteousness. They fought not just for themselves, but for a future where fear and misunderstanding no longer held dominion over the hearts of Eldoria's people. The Guardian, with each attack, seemed to test not only their skills but the strength of their convictions. It was an ancient being, bound to the realm's oldest laws, yet capable of understanding and change. As the battle raged, Gladiona found her opportunity, a momentary lapse in the Guardian's defenses, and with a leap fueled by her unwavering belief in their cause, she struck. The impact resonated through the glade, a shockwave of magic that seemed to pause time itself. When the dust settled, the Guardian knelt, defeated, yet not in disgrace. In its eyes there was now respect, a recognition of the need for change, for evolution within tradition. As dawn crept upon the horizon, bathing the glade in a soft golden light, the Guardian spoke, its voice echoing the wind's whispers. Your courage has proven the worth of your magic, and your hearts have shown the capacity for understanding and compassion. Eldoria shall embrace this change, for it is clear, it is time. Gladiona and Lirio, exhausted but exhilarated, watched as the creature faded into the forest, its purpose fulfilled. In its wake, the first rays of dawn revealed a realm transformed. Flowers of unimaginable colors bloomed, creatures of myth greeted the new day, and a sense of harmony enveloped the land. The battle for Eldoria's soul was won, but Gladiona knew their journey was far from over. There were still many realms to visit, many hearts to open. With the Guardian's blessing, they set forth, their resolve stronger than ever, to spread the magic of transformation far and wide. The day in Eldoria would be remembered not as one of conflict, but as a new beginning, where the embrace of change brought forth a brighter future for all. Gladiona and Lirio, with the magic of the hairpin as their guide, continued their quest with renewed vigor, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them in their noble pursuit. As Gladiona and Lirio ventured forth from Eldoria, their hearts were light with the successes they had recently celebrated, yet heavy with the knowledge of the many challenges that lay ahead. Their next destination was Varinthia, a realm known for its stoicism and resistance to change, where magic was viewed with suspicion rather than wonder. This land, nestled between mountains and shrouded in perpetual mist, was ruled by the Iron Council, a group of elders unwavering in their adherence to tradition. Arriving at the borders of Varinthia, Gladiona felt a twinge of uncertainty. The landscape was stark, and the air carried a chill that seemed to seep into the soul. They were greeted by a patrol, whose members regarded them with a mix of curiosity and caution. Lirio, ever the diplomat, introduced themselves and the purpose of their journey. The guards whispered amongst themselves before deciding to escort Gladiona and Lirio to the Council for Judgment. Before the Iron Council, Gladiona spoke passionately about the magic of transformation and its potential to bring joy and fulfillment to those who felt trapped by the circumstances of their birth. The elders listened, their expressions unreadable. After what felt like an eternity of silence, the head of the council, a stern woman named Erisa, stood. She acknowledged the courage it took to stand before them, but insisted that their laws could not be so easily set aside for foreign magic. Feeling a mixture of dismay and determination, Gladion and Lirio were escorted out of the council chambers and into the heart of Varinthian society, where they could witness the lives of its people. It was here, walking amongst those who had never dared dream of transformation, that Gladiona found hope. Secretly, under the cover of night, they began to share the magic of the hairpin with those who whispered long-held wishes for change. With each person they helped, rumors of their magic began to spread, weaving through the streets and homes of Varinthia, igniting sparks of hope in hearts that had grown cold. Despite the council's decree, the people of Varinthia began to seek them out, driven by desperation for transformation and the promise of a new life. For each life they touched, Gladiona and Lirio saw the fabric of Varinthian society begin to shift, ever so slightly, towards acceptance of change. But their actions did not go unnoticed. As more and more Varinthians embraced the magic of transformation, the Iron Council could no longer ignore the shift occurring within their realm. Faced with the undeniable evidence of their people's happiness, the council summoned Gladiona and Lirio once more. This time, the atmosphere was charged with tension, for the decision they faced could alter the course of Varinthian history forever. As they stood before the Iron Council, Gladiona and Lirio felt the weight of countless hopes resting upon their shoulders. The grand chamber, with its high, vaulted ceilings and walls adorned with the storied history of Varinthia, seemed to close in on them, a silent witness to their fate. The counselors, once stern and unyielding in their judgment, now wore expressions of contemplation, touched by the testimonies of those they governed. The High Counselor rose, casting a long shadow over the chamber. "Gladiona, Lirio," he began, his voice resonant with the gravity of the moment, "your actions have prompted us to reconsider long-held beliefs about magic and its place in Varinthia. You have unveiled a truth we cannot deny. The transformative magic you've shared has not led to chaos, as we feared, but to harmony and understanding." A murmur ran through the assembly, a mixture of disbelief and hope. The High Counselor continued, "Therefore, after much deliberation, we decree that your magic shall no longer be hidden in shadows. However, it must be wielded responsibly under the guidance of the Council to ensure the safety and well-being of all Varinthians." The chamber erupted into discussions, the counselors engaging in animated conversations. Gladiona and Lirio exchanged a glance, a mixture of relief and anxiety in their eyes. This was a victory, but with it came the realization of a new journey. They would need to navigate the intricacies of their newfound freedom carefully, ensuring their gift continued to unite rather than divide. Once the chamber settled, plans began to take shape. Gladiona and Lirio, in collaboration with the council, would establish a guild, a place where those interested in the transformative magic could learn under strict guidance to harness this power for the greater good. This guild would also serve as a sanctuary for those seeking understanding and acceptance. As the meeting drew to a close, Gladiona addressed the assembly, her voice steady and clear. "This decision marks the beginning of a new era for Varinthia, one of tolerance, unity, and exploration. Together, we will shape a future where all are free to be their true selves." With these words, she and Lirio stepped into the light of a dawning age, ready to guide their fellow Varinthians into uncharted territories of the heart and spirit. In the heart of Varinthia, the establishment of the guild under Gladiona and Lirio's guidance marked the birth of a new era. However, as they embarked on their mission to spread enlightenment and acceptance of their transformative magic, they encountered the tangible resistance of long-standing prejudices and fears. Their first course of action was to organize a series of educational gatherings across the realm. These meetings aimed to demystify the nature of their magic and showcase its potential to enrich the lives of all Varinthians. Lirio, with his soothing voice and calm demeanor, would speak first, laying down the foundational knowledge of magic and its place in the world. Gladiona, with her captivating presence, would then share personal testimonies and stories of those whose lives had been touched and transformed by their gift. Yet, each session ended with varying degrees of success. Some attendees left with ignited hearts and open minds, eager to spread the word. Others, entrenched in their ways, departed with scoffs and whispers of disdain. Determined to break through these barriers, Gladiona and Lirio sought out influential allies within the community. They met with artists and artisans, scholars and sages, shopkeepers and farmers, weaving a network of advocates who saw the value of embracing diversity and transformation. Through these alliances, they launched collaborative initiatives, art exhibitions depicting the beauty of transformation, academic debates on the ethics and implications of magic, and community projects that demonstrated the practical benefits of their magic. Despite their efforts, challenges persisted. Rumors of misuse of magic and fears of unchecked change spread among the populace, fomenting unrest. Gladiona and Lirio found themselves confronting not only ignorance, but orchestrated campaigns of misinformation. They realized that to truly foster a society that embraced diversity and transformation, they needed to counter these narratives with greater vigor and strategic insight. This realization led to the formulation of a plan to convene with other magical practitioners and scholars, aiming to create a comprehensive guide on responsible magic use. This guide would serve not only as a reference for the budding magicians within their guild, but also as a beacon of truth to dispel the shadows of doubt lingering in the minds of the Varinthians. As the chapter closes, we see Gladiona and Lirio drafting the initial outline of this guide. Surrounded by stacks of ancient tomes and scrolls, their faces alight with determination and hope for the future, one of tolerance, unity, and exploration. Together, we will shape a future where all are free to be their true selves. With these words, she and Lirio stepped into the light of a dawning age, ready to embark on their newfound mission. In the weeks that followed, Gladiona and Lirio, alongside a small troupe of dedicated scholars and magicians, poured their every ounce of knowledge, experience, and insight into the creation of a guide unlike any previously seen in Varinthia. This was not simply a treatise on magic's properties or a catalog of spells. It was a manifesto on the integration of magic into society for the betterment of all, a guide to living harmoniously with magic, designed to usher in an era free from the fear and suspicion that had long clouded the mystical arts. At gatherings held in hidden groves and secluded glades, Gladiona would speak passionately about the transformative power of magic, not just in the literal sense of altering one's physical form, but in its capacity to transform society's perceptions and prejudices. Lirio, with her impeccable logic and gentle persuasion, complemented Gladiona's fiery spirit, addressing concerns, dispelling myths, and illustrating the boundless potential for magic to heal, to connect, and to empower. However, their journey was not without its challenges. In a world wary of change, there were those who opposed their vision, fearing the unknown and clinging to old prejudices. Gladiona and Lirio found themselves confronting not just ignorance, but organized resistance, groups who saw their efforts as a threat to the established order. Undeterred, they met each challenge with grace and determination, their resolve only strengthening in the face of adversity. One evening, as they sat around a crackling fire, the flames seemed to dance with the very essence of their conversation. Gladiona pulled a scroll from her bag, her eyes reflecting the firelight. "We have crafted something truly special," she mused, unrolling the parchment to reveal intricate illustrations and meticulously penned text. "But this is only the beginning. Our guide will need not just to educate, but to inspire. We must weave our stories and experiences into it, making it not just a book of knowledge, but a beacon of hope." Lyrian nodded, her mind already racing with ideas. "We will include testimonials from those who have embraced their true selves through magic, showcasing the diversity and strength of our community. Let us show not only the how, but the why, the beauty of living authentically and the joy of acceptance." The night grew deep as they discussed their plans, the fire's glow a beacon in the darkness, symbolizing their undying commitment to their cause. Around them, the air hummed with the magic of possibility, of a future where every soul had the freedom to choose their destiny, unburdened by fear or prejudice. As dawn began to break, casting the first light on a day full of promise, Gladiona and Lirio knew they stood on the brink of something monumental. With their guide as the cornerstone, they would build a world where magic was not just accepted, but celebrated for the diversity and unity it brought. Together, they stepped into the light of a dawning age, ready. Together, they stepped into the light of a dawning age, ready to face the challenges that would come with spreading their guide across Varinthia. As the guide began to circulate, it sparked dialogue and controversy in equal measure. Some hailed it as a revolutionary tool for understanding and embracing the diversity of magic, while others criticized it for challenging the traditional views of magic use. Despite the polarized reactions, Gladiona and Lirio pressed on, hosting town halls and offering lectures to discuss the philosophies behind their work. They encountered a myriad of individuals, each with their own story of struggle and acceptance. A young mage who had hidden her true magical abilities for fear of ostracism found solace in their words, while an elder wizard, set in his ways, challenged them vigorously, sparking a debate that lasted for hours. These interactions only fueled Gladiona and Lirio's determination to fight for a world where magic could be freely expressed, regardless of its nature. However, not all challenges were intellectual or philosophical. Some saw the spread of the guide as a threat to the established order and sought to suppress it through more sinister means. An attempt to disrupt one of their gatherings was thwarted by the timely intervention of allies they had made along the way, including the Seekers of Solace, who emerged from the shadows to protect the right to share and learn from the guide. Despite the adversities, the message of the guide began to take root in various communities. Reports came of individuals and groups coming together to explore their magical identities in new, liberating ways. Stories of transformation and acceptance began to overshadow those of opposition and fear. Gladiona and Lirio realized that their journey was far from over, but the progress they had made gave them hope. They knew that for every voice raised against them, there were others whispering words of gratitude and support. As the sun set on a particularly eventful day, they gathered their allies around a fire, sharing stories of the day's successes and challenges. The flickering flames seemed to dance with the possibilities of the future, a future they were helping to shape. With renewed resolve, they prepared for the next leg of their journey, knowing that the path would be long, but worth every step. As dawn tinted the edges of the night sky, Gladion and Lirio broke camp under the watchful eyes of the first morning birds. The Seekers of Solace had provided them not just refuge, but a renewed vigor to pursue their mission. Before departure, an elder of the Seekers, a figure shrouded in robes the color of the dusk, bestowed upon them a map. This map, they said, was no ordinary chart of lands and seas, but a guide to hearts yearning for change, a beacon for those in dire need of the magic Gladion carried. With the map folded securely in his pack, Gladion surveyed the path ahead. The journey had transformed from a solitary endeavor to a shared crusade. Alongside Lirio, whose wisdom had proven invaluable, they set forth to the next destination marked by the Elder, a small town known for its rigid adherence to ancient traditions, a place where their message of transformation and acceptance would likely face resistance. Yet, imbued with the spirit of the Seekers, they felt an unwavering resolve. Their travels took them through verdant valleys and over craggy peaks, each step forward a testament to their determination. As they ventured further, the landscape began to change, morphing into a sprawling desert that stretched beyond the horizon. Lirio, ever resourceful, navigated them through the shifting sands, guided by the stars and the subtle clues hidden within the desert's expanse. It was under the scorching sun of the midday desert that they encountered a caravan of nomads, a people unbound by the static nature of towns and cities. These nomads, intrigued by Gladion and Lirio's quest, shared tales of their own, stories of lives lived on the fringe, always moving, always adapting. Sensing a kindred spirit in these wanderers, Gladion shared the magic of the hairpin. The nomads, embracing this gift, vowed to spread the word of their transformative journey, a network of allies slowly beginning to weave itself across the realms. As night fell upon the desert, the caravan and the duo parted ways, Under a sky ablaze with stars, their paths aligned towards a common goal. With the nomads as their newfound allies, Gladion and Lirio's mission gained momentum, the promise of reaching more hearts growing ever more palpable. The desert, once a barrier, now stood as a testament to their expanding reach, a bridge to distant lands and possibilities anew. They pressed on, the magic of the hairpin lighting their way, a beacon of hope in a world brimming with tales waiting to be rewritten. The flickering flames of the previous night were now a roaring fire in their souls, urging them forward, a relentless force fueled by the power of transformation and acceptance. As dawn broke over the undulating dunes, the caravan trudged onward, the warm hues of sunrise painting their journey in shades of optimism. Gladion, now fully embraced by the community of nomads, found himself at the heart of a moving sanctuary, witnessing stories unfold much like his own, tales of change, of dreams yearning for reality. Lirio, ever the steadfast companion, navigated the shifting sands beside him, their bond strengthened by shared purpose. In the heart of the caravan, among tents and firesides, Gladion and Lirio hosted gatherings, speaking of the hairpin's power to alter one's physical form to match the identity within. The news spread like wildfire, whispers turning into fierce conversations about identity, freedom, and the magic of change. The nomads, known for their adaptability, embraced the idea with open hearts, seeing in it a reflection of their own lives, constantly in flux with the landscape around them. One evening, under a tapestry of stars, they reached an oasis, a verdant jewel amid the barrenness. It was here that the caravan decided to rest, to share in the joy of their newfound alliance. The oasis became a microcosm of their journey, a place where water flowed freely, nurturing both the land and the souls of those who gathered. Gladion took this time to meditate by the water, reflecting on the path that had led him to this point, and envisioning the roads that lay ahead. Lirio joined him, and together they spoke of the future, of the endless possibilities that the magic unlocked not just for them, but for all who sought transformation. As the caravan prepared to leave the oasis, Gladion knew that their mission was far from over. The desert had taught them much about resilience and the beauty of transience, lessons they would carry with them as they ventured into new territories. With a heart full of determination, Gladion clipped the hairpin onto his robe, a symbol of the quest that lay before them, a reminder of the change he sought to bring into the world. The journey ahead was uncertain, fraught with challenges and unknowns, but the fire that had been ignited in their souls was indomitable, guiding them ever onward. As dawn broke over the horizon, painting the sky with shades of gold and violet, Gladion, Lirio, and their band of nomad allies set their sights on the next realm, a land governed by a monarch known for her skepticism towards anything that defied logic and the natural order of things. They trekked through verdant forests and crossed tumultuous rivers, each step taking them closer to a confrontation that could either thwart their mission or propel it to new heights. The realm of Queen Alisan was a place where science and reason reigned supreme, a stark contrast to the mystical essence of the magic they carried with them. Upon their arrival, they were met with suspicion and thinly veiled curiosity. The queen, a woman of sharp intellect and imposing presence, granted them an audience, intrigued by the rumors that preceded their visit. "You claim to possess magic that can transform one's very being," Queen Alisan mused, her penetrating gaze fixed on Gladion. "Such claims are usually the makings of charlatans or the misguided. Why should I believe your tale?" Gladion stepped forward, the magic hairpin held gently between his fingers. "Your skepticism is understandable, Your Majesty, but what we offer is not mere trickery, but a chance for transformation, for understanding oneself on a profound level. All I ask is an opportunity to demonstrate its power." The queen, after a moment of contemplation, agreed to their request, but not without warning. "Beware," she said, "that if this is a deceit, the consequences will be severe." The demonstration was arranged in the palace gardens at twilight before the court of Alisan. The air was ripe with anticipation and doubt. Gladion, with a confident calmness, clipped the pin into his hair, the transformation unfolding before the eyes of the assembled skeptics. The change was not just physical, but emanated an aura of undeniable magic. Whispers of awe spread through the crowd as they witnessed the miracle. Queen Alisane stood, a rare expression of astonishment on her face. "This is indeed a powerful magic," she conceded, once the gardens had settled back into silence. "I see now that my skepticism may have blinded me to possibilities beyond my understanding. How do you intend to use this gift?" Gladion shared their vision of a world where people could embrace their true selves, free from the constraints of doubt and fear. The Queen, moved by their stories and the undeniable truth before her, offered her support to their cause, marking a pivotal moment in their journey. As they left the palace, a newfound alliance in their wake, they knew that the road ahead would be filled with more challenges, but also opportunities to change minds and hearts. The night was cool and clear as they exited the gates of the realm, the stars above shining brightly as if to guide them on their way. They felt a surge of hope, a renewed vigor to press on. Their mission had just gained a powerful ally, and the path ahead, though fraught with uncertainty, seemed a little less daunting. Leaving the illuminated city behind, the knight embraced Gladion, Lirio, and their allies with a chill that seemed to whisper of the mysteries veiled in darkness. As they treaded the path less traveled, weaving through the whispering woods where shadows danced and flickered like spirits of old, their hearts were alight with a purpose forged in the crucible of previous trials. The terrain grew more rugged as they ventured deeper into the unknown, the twilight realm, where the boundaries between worlds grew thin, a place whispered in legends and sung in the ballads of the bards. Here, the very fabric of reality seemed to shimmer with possibilities, a testament to the ancient magic that coursed through the land, unseen but ever present. It was Maris who broke the silence, her voice a beacon in the encroaching gloom. "Do you feel it?" she asked, her eyes reflecting the starlight that pierced the canopy above. "This land, it's alive with magic, a tapestry of stories untold, of lives interwoven by fate and choice." Her words, spoken with a reverence that bordered on awe, struck a chord within Gladion. He realized that their journey was more than a quest for personal fulfillment. It was a pilgrimage through the heart of magic itself, a journey that sought to heal the rifts torn by fear and misunderstanding. As dawn's first light began to crest the horizon, painting the sky with hues of gold and pink, they stumbled upon a clearing where the air thrummed with power. At its center stood a stone altar, ancient and worn, but imbued with a presence that spoke of untold ages. The magic of the place hung heavy, a tangible force that beckoned them closer. Gladion approached, drawn by a force beyond his understanding, and as he reached out to touch the stone, visions flooded his mind, images of realms beyond, of beings of light and darkness, of a cosmic dance that spanned the fabric of the universe. These were the threads of destiny, and he, a weaver of dreams and magic, held the power to mend the tear, to unite the disparate strands into a tapestry of harmony. With a newfound resolve, Gladion turned to his companions, his eyes ablaze with determination. "We are not merely travelers on this path," he declared, his voice resonant with the power of his conviction. "We are guardians of light, bearers of hope. Our journey is far from over, but I believe that together we can bring about a change this world so desperately needs." Nods of agreement and sparks of resolve lit the faces of his companions, and together they stepped into the light of a new day, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united by a common purpose and a shared destiny. With hearts bound by a newfound purpose, Gladion, Maris, and the Seekers of Solace journeyed through verdant valleys and across sprawling meadows, their path ordained by fate's unerring hand. They were like dandelion seeds cast upon the wind, each step taken in hope and belief in the magic that had brought them together. Their travels brought them to a village ensnared in despair, its joy smothered by the dark grip of a sorcerer known only as Valthorn. The land itself seemed to whimper under his rule, its beauty shrouded in a veil of shadows, its people cloaked in fear. Smoke curled lazily from chimneys, and the once vibrant marketplaces stood silent, as if the very essence of life had been drained from the cobblestones. Gladion's first glimpse of the village's desolation stoked the fire of determination within him. Here, he thought, is where we plant the seeds of change. Here is where we bring back the light. But the task would not be easy. Valthorn's power was rooted in ancient magic, twisted and dark, a perversion of the natural order that seeped into the very earth. The villagers, upon seeing Gladion and his companions, were initially wary. Years of oppression had taught them to trust no one, least of all strangers. Yet, there was something in the air, a whisper of change, an echo of hope that seemed to herald their arrival. Gladion spoke to them, not as a savior, but as a kindred spirit, sharing tales of the magic that embraced all beings with love and acceptance. As words of transformation and liberation flowed from his lips, the seeds of belief began to take root in the hearts of the villagers. Yet, to challenge Valthorn would require more than belief. It would require all the cunning, strength, and magic at their disposal. Plans were whispered in the dead of night, strategies formed in the safety of shadow. The seekers of solace, alongside the newly emboldened villagers, prepared for a confrontation that would decide the fate of their lives and the land itself. As the moon climbed high into the ink-black sky, a sense of anticipation electrified the air. Destiny was at hand, and with it, the chance to cast off the shackles of tyranny and reclaim the vibrant heartbeat of the village. Gladion, with the magical hairpin glinting softly in the moonlight, stood ready to lead the charge into a future bright with promise. For in his heart, he knew that no darkness could withstand the combined strength of those who fight for love, freedom, and acceptance. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, Gladion and Maris, alongside the emboldened villagers, gathered at the edge of the forest that bordered Tilverton. The air was electric with anticipation and fear, a potent mix that fueled their resolve. Gladion turned to face those who had chosen to stand with them, his gaze sweeping over faces marked by years of hardship and oppression. Yet in their eyes, he saw a flicker of hope, a testament to the human spirit's indomitable will. With a reassuring nod to Maris, Gladion stepped forward, his voice resonant with newfound authority. Today, we reclaim our destiny from the clutches of tyranny. We fight not for revenge, but for freedom, for the right to live our lives true to ourselves. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the crowd, bolstering their courage. As they marched towards the heart of the village, the towering silhouette of Valthorn's citadel loomed ominously against the breaking day. The sorcerer, having sensed the impending rebellion, had mustered his defenses, lining the ramparts with creatures twisted by dark magic. Yet the sight did not deter Gladion and his followers. If anything, it steeled their resolve. The battle, when it came, was fierce and unforgiving. Gladion, wielding the magic of the hairpin with finesse honed by his journey, turned the tide in their favor, transforming despair into strength among his allies. With Maris by his side, casting spells of protection and healing, they became a beacon of light amidst the shadows of war. The clash of steel against spell and the cry of combat filled the air, a chaotic symphony that spoke of sacrifice and bravery. As the final barrier gave way, Gladion found himself face to face with Valthorn, the source of the village's suffering. Their duel was a maelstrom of magic and emotion. Each blow exchanged a testament to their opposing visions for the world. In the end, it was the purity of Gladion's cause that prevailed. With Valthorn defeated, the dark enchantments that had choked the life from Tilverton began to unravel. As if awakening from a long nightmare, the villagers emerged from their homes, their eyes wide with disbelief at the sight of their oppressor's downfall. Gladion, exhausted yet exhilarated, stood amid the ruins of the citadel, the hairpin shining brighter than ever before in his hair. "Let this be the dawn of a new era," he proclaimed, "where no one lives in fear, and where we all are free to be our true selves." Cheers erupted from the crowd, the sound of victory and the promise of a brighter future filling the air. As they celebrated their hard-won freedom, Gladion knew that his journey was far from over. There were still many realms in need of the magic's touch, many hearts yearning for liberation. But for now, Tilverton basked in the glow of its new dawn, a beacon of hope in a world teeming with darkness and doubt. As the celebrations dwindled into the embracing arms of the night, Gladion and Maris, accompanied by the gentle luminescence of fireflies, found solace under the grand canopies of the Seekers of Solace's enclave. The Seekers, a conclave of sages, mystics, and those touched by magic's wild essence, welcomed them with open arms, intrigued by the tales of Tilverton's liberation and the magic that Gladion bore. Within the heart of this refuge, stories unfolded like the petals of a nocturnal bloom, each one a testament to the seeking of understanding, acceptance, and change. The seekers of solace were no strangers to the myriad forms of existence and the many paths one could walk, making them perfect allies in Gladion's quest. Gladion shared the tale of the magical hairpin, a relic of transformation and liberation, with the seekers. Their eyes gleamed with a mixture of wonder and recognition, as if the threads of his story wove into a larger tapestry they had long pondered upon. Many among them had spent lifetimes seeking artifacts that bridged the mundane with the extraordinary, and Gladion's hairpin was a key unlocking doors long closed. As the night deepened, they exchanged vows of support and wisdom, pledging to aid in spreading the magic of the pin far and wide. Maris, ever the thinker, raised a point that hushed the gathered assembly. The magic of the pin is boundless, yet we must consider those who may seek it for less noble purposes. How shall we safeguard against such threats? The question sparked a spirited discussion amongst the seekers, leading to the formation of a covenant. They would not only share the gift, but also protect it, ensuring that its power served as a beacon of hope, not a tool for dominion. As dawn's first light crested the horizon, painting the sky with hues of promise, Gladion felt a resolve steal within him. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainties and dangers, yet the support of the seekers fortified his spirit. It was time to chart the next course of their journey, to realms whispered in legends, where the magic of the pin could touch lives, mend hearts, and challenge the shadows that loomed large over the land. The Dales of Merithian, Gladion declared, his voice firm with resolve. Legends speak of a realm where the veil between worlds is thin, and magic flows as freely as the waters of their sacred rivers. It is there we must go, for I sense in my heart that our quest will find fertile ground. Maris nodded in agreement, her eyes reflecting the fire of determination. To Merithian, then, for freedom, for change, and for the magic that binds us all. With their course set and the blessings of the seekers of solace warming their spirits, Gladion and Maris prepared to depart. Behind them lay Tilverton, a symbol of their triumph, and ahead, the unknown realms of Merithian, a testament to the journey yet to be conquered. As Gladion and Maris crossed the boundary into the Dales of Merithian, the air shimmered with unseen energies, a testament to the realm's magical abundance. The landscape was a vibrant tapestry of colors, each hue pulsing with its own unique magic, mesmerizing them with its beauty and promise. Their journey through Merithian was not without its trials. They encountered beings who were wary of strangers, protective of their realm's magic. But Gladion, with the charisma of one who had embraced his true self, managed to win over many, sharing stories of transformation and the magic of the hairpin that had changed his life. Among their new allies was Calix, a mage with the ability to weave magic into tangible forms. Intrigued by the magic of the hairpin, Calix joined their quest, eager to understand and help spread its magic further. Together, they journeyed deeper into the Dales, each step taking them closer to realms where the magic of the hairpin could touch more lives. As they traversed the lush valleys and crystal-clear streams, they faced challenges that tested not just their resolve, but the very essence of the hairpin's magic. They encountered a village cursed with an unending slumber, a spell no one had been able to lift. Gladion, with the hairpin's magic and Calix's guidance, managed to awaken the villagers, reinforcing his belief in his quest's importance. This act of kindness won them more allies, further spreading the word of their magical journey. Yet, as they celebrated this victory, the air turned cold, and a sense of foreboding filled their hearts. The magic of the Dales whispered of an approaching challenge, one that would demand all their courage, wisdom, and strength. With each encounter and challenge, Gladion's determination only grew stronger, his desire to share the hairpin's magic burning brighter. The journey through the Dales of Merithian was shaping into a tale of courage, companionship, and the unyielding power of transformation.